Last spring, I went a little crazy. After 20 years in Southern California, I had just experienced my first real winter in Philadelphia in 20 years. And when the temperatures finally started to climb back up, I did what a lot of us do after a long cold winter. I went shopping. I bought patterned shirts, floral shirts, coordinating sweaters, pants and shorts to complete the looks. I even made an entire video about it. I will link it right here. I styled everything beautifully. I wore it in videos. And for a few weeks, I felt very spring. But then something very interesting happened. I started reaching past all of those items. Every morning, I would pull out one of those pretty floral tops, put it on, feel a little fussy in all that pattern, take it off, and reach for my old faithful solid button downs instead. Day after day, the same thing happened. The spring clothes looked beautiful on the hanger, and I loved looking at them in my closet to see all that beautiful brightness. But in my real life, they just weren't me. So this spring, I'm doing something completely different. And I think it might change the way you think about spring shopping forever. Every single year, right around this time, the internet explodes with spring trends. The must-haves you need, the colors of the season, the piece every woman should own right now. And so it's easy to get swept up in it. I absolutely did, especially after a long winter like we've had, when you're looking for something fresh and new. But here's the problem that kind of shopping actually produces. It's a closet full of things that feel exciting in the store, but fussy in real life. And they're pieces that don't connect with anything else that you own. It's a spring wardrobe that looks great on the hanger and sits there while you keep reaching for the same comfortable favorites day after day. And I want you to know you are not doing anything wrong. The whole system is designed to make you feel like you need to start over every single season. But you know what? You don't. Today, I want to show you exactly how to build a spring wardrobe that works without buying every single trend. The first thing I want you to understand is this. Spring does not require a new wardrobe. It really requires a fresh eye on the pieces you already have. And this is what I'm doing right now with my own closet. Instead of heading to the stores, I'm pulling out those multi-seasonal pieces. Comfortable pants and jeans that work year-round. Button front shirts that I absolutely love and reach for again and again. Lightweight sweaters that add a pop of color without feeling costumey. And you know what? These are not boring choices. Those are my non-negotiables. And they're the pieces I come back to over and over because they feel like me. And you know what? They look just as current this spring as they did last fall. Because you know what? They were never trending. They were just right. Before you buy a single thing for spring, I want you to go into your closet and pull out everything that feels light, comfortable, and just like you. And that doesn't mean I want you to pull out what was comfortable in February when you were looking for warmth. And not what you bought last year because it was a trend that made you feel like you needed it. What I want you to look for is what you actually go to on a typical Tuesday morning. That's where I want you to start. And that will become your spring foundation. Trends are the container, not the content. Spring doesn't require a new wardrobe. Here's something I've believed my entire adult life, and it's more true now than ever. Trends are just the container. Your personal style is the content, and the content is what's going to last. Think of it like this. You have a beautiful plant and you put it in a pot, one of those sleeves that goes over the pot to keep it pretty. And you change out that sleeve. Maybe you change it out for Christmas, or maybe you change it out for spring, summer, you change it out seasonally or to match the decor of your home. That is the trend. But what's really in it, in the pot, and the plant, that is your personal style. So every spring, the container changes. The trending silhouettes shift. The color of the season gets announced. The print everyone is supposedly wearing is showing up in all the store windows. And if you build your wardrobe around the container, you have to start over every single year. But if you build your wardrobe around the content, around your non-negotiables, your signature pieces, the things you like feel great regardless of what season it is. And something remarkable happens. You never look dated. You never look like you're trying too hard. You just look like yourself. And there's nothing wrong with more timeless or more spring than a woman who knows exactly who she is. The floral prints I bought last year, those were the container. Bright, cheerful, very spring 2025. But my solid button downs, those are the content. They were mine 10 years ago, they're mine today, and they will be mine next spring too. Color and fabric are the real seasonal shift. Now here's the practical magic about transitioning into spring without buying trends. The real seasonal shift is not about the silhouette. It's not about the print. It's about two things, color and fabric. Let's just think about what makes an outfit feel like spring. It's lighter, it breathes, it has a freshness to it, and you can get all of that without changing your silhouette or chasing every single trend. Pull out your lighter fabrics, and I mean linen, cotton, and lighter weight knits. If they're in your closet from last spring, they are all ready to go right now. Then take a look at your color palette. Do you have any softer neutrals, warmer whites, lighter blues, or quiet greens? Those might have gotten buried between the winter layers. And those are going to be your spring pieces. They were there all along, you just need to go dig them out. And all I'm talking about is lighter fabrics and softer colors. It's the same silhouettes you love, just breathing a little easier. And that's all spring needs to be, the intentional ad. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to buy anything new for spring. That's not realistic, and honestly, it's not fun. Shopping for a new season is one of life's small pleasures, and I'm not here to take that away from you. But here's the question I want you to ask before you bring anything new into your wardrobe for spring. Does this feel like me, or does it feel like spring? Because you know what? There's a difference. Something that feels like spring might be beautiful and cheerful and perfectly on trend. But if it doesn't feel like you, it's going to end up exactly where my floral shirts ended up. Lovely on the hanger, but you reach past it every single morning. Something that feels like you and works for spring, that is a keeper. And that's going to earn its place in your wardrobe. And that's what I like to call an intentional ad. For me, this spring, it might be one new cotton button front shirt I've been eyeing up in pink. And I'm also on the hunt for a bag in a fresh green color. This year, I'm choosing those pieces slowly and deliberately so that they mix with pieces I already own. And they're going to feel like me on a real day, not a fantasy me. And all of this that we're talking about is the difference between shopping with intention and shopping with excitement. Both feel really good in the moment, but only one of them still feels good in July. So here's what building a spring capsule without buying a single trend actually looks like in real life. Start with what you already own. Pull out your multi-seasonal pieces, lighter fabrics, softer colors. That's going to be your foundation, and I promise it's a lot more than you think. Then ask yourself, what is actually missing? Not what the stores are telling you is missing. What are the pieces you actually need to round out your wardrobe? What does your real life look like on a random Tuesday? And what do you really need that you don't already have? If the answer is nothing, you're done. Enjoy your spring. If you have a genuine gap, fill it in intentionally, one piece at a time, and make sure those pieces are chosen because they feel like you and work for the season. Not because it's trending and not because everyone's wearing it, but because it belongs to your wardrobe and to your real life. And that is a spring capsule. It costs a fraction of what the stores want you to spend and gives you twice the satisfaction because everything in it is what actually gets worn. And if you want help figuring out your foundation pieces and building a wardrobe that works for every season without starting over, my Style Refresh Blueprint is exactly where to start. You can click on the image here on the screen or the link down in the description. So tell me, are you a spring shopaholic, or are you going to try slowing down this season and seeing what you already have? Let me know in the comments. You know I love hearing from you. Stay gorgeous, and I'll see you in the next video.